Friday, y'all. I feel like the week went by pretty fast. I had a busy day today. I went to the store. I went to the gym. I made taco meat. I made chicken and ground beef. I made some quesadillas. I think my son ate some of them. He said he liked them. I don't know. He ate some. Other than that, that's what I did today. Talked to my family. Just, my dog has a new doggy door. Trying to teach her how to use it. Cause she had a doggy door at our old house, but this new house didn't have one, so we had to wait for it to get added on. And Lowe's, Home Depot, they got the worst customer service. Like, if you buy something from them and you are having somebody come out and do it, it is the worst. Like, we bought this back in May, and it's just now getting put on. It's almost freaking July. But, whatever. It's on. Blah. So I'm teaching my dog how to use the doggy door, she's getting it. She'll have it by tomorrow if my husband follows through. Other than that, y'all, I didn't really do nothing. Just everything I had to do to get ready for Friday, so I can come in here and tell y'all it's Friday. It's almost bittersweet this day because you almost want to savor it because the weekend just goes so freaking fast. It's stupid. It's really stupid. Other than that, I've been having braids in my hair for since April the 18th, and I'm ready to take these babies out. So I'm going to be doing that. And, just about to yap with y'all and everything else. I'm going to switch to CBS News with NBC. I don't like the stuff they talk about. So we're going to try CBS out a little bit and see what they got going because NBC been kind of making me mad lately. So let's see. A deal has been reached that could pave the way for the crew of Dali to leave the U.S. nearly 3 months after the ship has been stuck there in Baltimore. That crew is still sitting there. The United States has halted inspections on avocados and mangoes in Mexico's Michoacan state following the attack of detainment of 2 Department of Agriculture employees. Steve Bannon's bid to delay 4-month prison sentence rejected by the appeals court. Is that why he been doing all these interviews? Home cooling costs in the U.S. are expected to rise along with the temperature this summer. No stuff. How one county is reimagining libraries from teaching kitchens to woodworking shops. I'd take a woodworking class. I'm lying, but I would if I was really bored. Archaeologists have found an urn of wine in Spain that is more than 2,000 years old. I wonder what it tastes like. One of the highest viewerships men's soccer tournament in the world, Copa America, kicked off Thursday, and the Biden campaign is seizing the opportunity to engage with and mobilize Latino voters. Prosecutors on Thursday showed jurors at Senator Bob Menendez's trial multiple instances when he researched the value of gold as he tried to help a New Jersey businessman who authorities say bribed him with gold and cash. Actor Donald Sutherland, best known for his portrayal of bad guys throughout his career. They're not sympathetic to you, but they're sympathetic to me, he told Anderson Cooper in 2017. Sutherland passed today at 88. He lived a long life. The Supreme Court left an intact obscure tax enacted as part of the Republican sweeping 2017. I hate when I do that. Just why? One little swipe and then I just be all over the place. What else we got here? A cruise ship rescued 68 people adrift on a fishing boat off the Canary Islands in the Atlantic Ocean. White House is perplexed by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's claims that the U.S. is withholding weapons. I mean, y'all was giving them weapons, now y'all didn't stop. Astronomy fans can look up and see the strawberry moon from Thursday night through Sunday night Sunday morning. Today was the last long day of the year. It was the longest day. It was almost light out to 9 p.m. That's and it used to get darker a little bit earlier. A Michigan company is recalling about 567,000 portable battery chargers sold at Costco nationwide after 120 reports that the product overheating while charging. Vitamix is recalling more than 500,000 blending containers and blade bases sold at retailers nationwide after reports of more than 2 dozen lacerations. Los Angeles Lakers are set to hire retired NBA player J.J. Redick on a 4-year deal to be their next head coach. A video obtained by 60 Minutes shows a man the FBI says has ties with Saudi intelligence, referencing a plan 2 years before September 11th terrorist attacks, raising questions about Saudi assistance. They don't know who did it, honestly. Public law, we already talked about that. Tropical storm Alberto, downgraded to a tropical depression, has killed at least 3 people in Mexico. The storm is now causing heavy rain and flooding along the Texas coast. Former President Trump proposed eliminating federal taxes on tips. We talked about that the other day. Arrested, an Alabama man suspected in several murders was captured in a wooded area in Arkansas. He looked like he didn't kill somebody. Amtrak services was temporarily suspended between Philadelphia and New Haven, Connecticut due to brush fire. The summer solstice on Thursday signals the end of spring in the Northern Hemisphere and the start of a brand new season, one that promises more warmth and sunlight. The video unsealed in federal court raising we already talked about that. Always repeating this stuff. This University of Southern California student accused of fatally stabbing a man he allegedly saw trying to break into his car will not face criminal charges. See? The brother got out. I mean, because I know crime don't pay, but if these people think they can get away with breaking in your cars, then they're going to keep doing it. Hundreds of structures destroyed as New Mexico wildfires continue to burn out of control. Family and Taekwondo instructor stepped in to help a woman who was being attacked at a store next door. Can you imagine? You're the attacker and they just come in and just start doing Taekwondo on you. Costco is now bagging its wildly popular rotisserie chickens at some locations of the warehouse clubs, looks to reduce the packaging and environmental cost of storing the whole thing. So this is just gonna come in a bag. I seen somebody collecting these containers too, because they were like, I want to keep that. They wanted to keep the containers. A new law signed by President Joe Biden that could lead to a ban on TikTok next year is unconstitutional and should be overturned. The social media platform alleged Thursday in new legal filing. A South Carolina judge approved just over $1.3 million in partial settlement in the wrongful death case of a bride killed by a suspected drunk driver just hours after being married. As egg freezing costs soar, many young women are turning to a new program offering free egg freezing in exchange for donating half of their eggs to couples in need. Smart. McDonald's on Thursday revealed that what's on the menu for customers who go for its $5 value menu. Remember when they had a dollar value menu? Walmart is shifting to digital price tags across the chain's 2,300 stores, and here's why. Why? Because y'all don't want people changing them prices. Rates of gun injuries last year remained above levels seen before COVID. The U.S. is moving Ukraine to the top of the list to receive air defense interceptors to defend itself against Russia. FBI agents raided the home of Oakland Mayor Shane Dow Thursday. The way Oakland is going downhill, this lady has had to do something crooked. Because what is going on in Oakland? Facial gum is all the new trend on TikTok, but does the product work? I don't know what it is. Don't care enough. The CDC has 1 million bird flu tests ready, but experts see repeat of COVID missteps. Photos show Kim Jong-un and Putin sharing gifts, including a limo and hunting dogs. Two dictators going out chilling. Officials announced economic sanctions Thursday against 8 targets affiliated with a Mexican drug cartel, La Nueva Familia Mexicana, accused of fentanyl trafficking and human smuggling. The Chapos then fell off. The Guzmans then fell off. Last year, Harris Marlene Inglehorn presented a question to her fellow Australians: how should I spend my 25 million euro inheritance? And here's what they came up with. Imagine being that rich. But you gotta ask people, how should you spend your money? A company that provides auto dealerships across the U.S. with software for managing sales was hacked. The hackers still hacking. A team of vets pulled an entire beach towel out of a python in Australia with its bare hands. Now, why was that python so stupid to eat a beach towel? Thought they were smarter than that. Robert F. Kennedy has failed to qualify for the presidential debate with Biden and Trumpy. Travis Scott was charged with disorderly intoxication on Miami Beach. How is Travis Scott randomly walking on Miami Beach to be charged with the public intoxication? Where's his security guards at? The heat is above 100 degrees in New England as extreme high temperatures stretch across the U.S. July 4th travel, nearly 71 million Americans will travel 50 miles or more during the holiday period. Listen, CBS News be newsing, man. At least 34 people have died in India after consuming illegally brewed liquor in the southern state of Nadu. Alright. That seems a lot of news. I think I'm going to stick with CBS for a while because NBC is getting on my nerves. Man says threesome should go both ways in a relationship. A man should be open to inviting another man in a bedroom.
When it comes to people out here that be wanting these threesomes and these relationships, especially for the fellas, it gotta work both ways. If she can be extremely understanding and open when it comes to you bringing another woman in the bedroom, then you need to be completely open and understanding if she want two dinglings swinging off the chandelier in the bedroom, respectfully, because there's no way that you can say that you're open to trying new things and you want to explore sexuality or whatever reason that you told her or tried to convince her that you wanted a threesome if you're not going to be all the way open. What is good for the goose is good for the gander.
All the way open, he said. Spread them cheeks. I know a lot of news is like, heck no. Let's see what TMZ got going on. Bianca wore suspenders. Bianca got her boobs out all over London right now. Carol Burnett hands immortalized at Chinese theater. Dick Van Dyke man. I didn't even know Carol Burnett is still alive. That's why even Donald Sutherland, when these people pass away, they're so quiet. I didn't even know they were still alive. Heidi Klum strips to her bra during Hot Ones. Can't get hotter than this. Kourtney Kardashian had sex with Travis to induce labor, was already 3 centimeters dilated. TMI. Amazon driver fights off a man who allegedly tried stealing the co-worker's van. Kylie Jenner digs about my appearance hurt. They really trying to get y'all to watch that show again, and I'm not watching it. Kendrick Lamar chain heavy Tupac tribute at Pop Out $600,000 cross. Senator Ted Cruz says a deepfake AI bill will hold tech companies accountable. Travis Kelce's in Cannes, if you guys care. Chloe is going to have a podcast on the X app as well. New Jersey basketball, nothing but ass event canceled after raunchy theme sparks outrage. Well, not shocking. Jonathan Majors snags his first film role since his assault trial, acting in an indie flick. He coming back. Floyd Mayweather and Lil Uzi Vert are sued over alleged violent attack. Uzi says it wasn't him. Oakland Juneteenth street party ends in a dramatic shooting. I'm blaming that mayor at this point. Dana White says cancel culture like being gay in the 80s. Live out loud, be yourself. Texas cyclist luckily to be alive after mowed down by a drunk driver. Environmentalists are targeting Taylor Swift's jet. Alright, let's get out of here. What's the most out-of-touch thing you've heard rich people or from rich people? It's so many, but literally I see commercials where rich people like get plants delivered to their house weekly, outdoor plants, indoor plants, and just the thought that they just have companies that bring you these every week. It's just money, and especially in this economy. When they tell me I should just take off and go somewhere for a week, even if I had money, I'd be eating the time itself from the no PTO I get. My boss at the time, between 5 to 10 times more than I did, we're talking about big purchases like a car, house, and he said something along the lines of, well, you get a great deal since you purchase with all cash. I just kind of smiled and nodded, knowing that on my salary that he was aware of, I was not an all-cash purchaser of groceries. During the pandemic, senior management held a company-wide calls about mental health and well-being. One piece of advice always stuck with me. They suggest to stop tedium of working in the same space, to move your desk to another room in your house. I had a choice between facing different walls. While working for valet parking service in Santa Barbara area years ago, a woman hired us for a jewelry show, and she was having her giant house in Monticello. And while we were waiting for guests to arrive, my boss informed me that when the guests get in the cars to leave, that I needed to make sure to close their doors, or they would just drive off with their doors open, as they are used to people closing their car doors for them. Rich people don't even lock their doors. Like, they be like, they don't do that stuff at night. They have people for that. Living outside Jackson Hole, the sister of a friend told me how hard it was to live there. You had to fly in your help cleaning and yard work from Salt Lake. I had no words. How could your family accountant let that happen? Being told a guy who has not worked a day in his life and living off inherited money that poor people are poor because they don't invest their money right. Yeah, they be out of touch with poverty too. What's the most extreme thing you've done to get laid? Not so much what I did to get laid, it's the aftermath. I was 16 and took a cab about 14 miles away from home to sleep with this chick overnight. I had to leave before the sun came up, so there was no buses. I did not have another $40 for a cab, so I had to walk 14 miles and did that 2 times. Wow, must have been worth it. When I was homeless, I hit on a few people for just a place to stay. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Told a girl on the phone that I wanted to see her, quit my job in the UK, cashed out my life savings, $3,000, took first flight to US, chicken Portland, Oregon, watched on the bus to New Jersey, dodgy car area, bought a Mercury station wagon for $600, drove through Pennsylvania, had a blowout, spun a car into trees, walked down the road away from the bus's car to a dealership a few miles down, purchased a GMC Jimmy for $1,000 plus wreck, drove for 5 days to Oregon, knocked on the door of said chick. When? Did you even marry the girl, dude? Got married, she was a Mormon. It won't sound extreme unless you have to do it, but I was working late till 2 a.m. in Ann Arbor, Michigan. My girlfriend was at what would become our house. Her grandma was just outside of Detroit. I drove from Ann Arbor to Detroit while my tank was literally pointing at E at 2:30 a.m. Somehow I made it back just outside of Ann Arbor, back home. That night on the same tank of gas, ran out on the way to the gas station the next day. Spent $300 on a night out with an obnoxiously hot girl I'd only get one shot at hooking up with when I was like 22 and dead broke. Put up with an intensely toxic person for way longer than I should have. Bought and wore a Hillary Clinton mask as the guy. Hooked up with a rando and plenty of fish and invited them to my home. Yeah, that's playing roulette right now with that, buddy. Married people at Reddit, what's the most mortifying thing your spouse overlooked while you were dating? I would know. I have to ask my husband this. When he introduced me to my parents, I was nervous enough already. When we got into his parents' car to go to dinner, I was hit with a very unpleasant smell. I thought maybe one of his parents had an accident or something, like maybe they had some depends or just didn't shower for a week. No one said anything. The car was total awkward silence. When we finally got to our destination, I stepped out of the car and my foot slips. I had unknowingly stepped in fresh dog poop right before getting in the car and during the ride and managed to grind it into the carpet. My man cleaned up the poop and it took some years, some alcohol, and singing karaoke before I felt like his mom finally accepted me. She probably like, this girl stink. Early on, I spent the night and overslept the next morning. He had already left for work, and I was slightly hungover, so I took a big morning dump, ended up clogging the toilet. There was no plunger, and I was late for work, so I ran off. Eventually worked up the courage to text him. He bought a plunger on his way home and took care of it. We've been together for 11 years. You gotta go, you gotta go. We were already just married probably a month. We rented a house and had a one-lane driveway. We were already switching our vehicles to not lock each other in. One afternoon, I moved my car up and went to park his truck behind it. The truck was a standard, and I was not an expert. Long story short, I hit the back of the car with the truck. I quickly looked at the window, and sure enough, he was looking out and had seen what happened. I stayed in the truck for a while and finally decided to make some music. All he said was we should try not to beat our vehicles against each other, and dropped it. We'll celebrate 43 years together this year. Yeah, because he probably think women can't drive. Did not know at the time that I was allergic to Vagisil. The gyno was even surprised at how swollen I was, and I had to sit open-legged in front of a fan for a week. My man did all the things for me that week. He probably thought it was cool that you just had to sit in front of the fan. Heavy period overnight. Woke up to a near crime scene. Worse than yet, it was a hotel room. He was totally cool and didn't even blink twice. Never brought it up again. Luckily, it was a hotel. But that just gives you the ick when you think about going to another hotel. Alright, y'all. Should we try Am I the A-Holes? I've been impressed with these lately. Am I the a-hole for bringing up that my best friend is on food stamps after she ridiculed me for shopping at Dollar Tree? For context, I mentioned buying groceries at the Dollar Tree and she said, that's gross. So I said, well, I don't get food stamps. And honestly, I love Dollar Tree. I can go get cleaning supplies, granola bars, breakfast sandwiches, and little cereals, blah, blah, blah. I'm not ashamed to shop there. My friend brought up that their food is gross, but I've been grocery shopping with her. She's got 3 kids. She'll spend $200 on 4 cases of pop and junk food. I could have been a whole lot nastier, but I bit my tongue. No, you're not the a-hole. Although I'm not a fan of Dollar Tree. I just don't know what y'all find in that store. I like Dollar General better. If homegirl can't take it, she shouldn't be dishing it, not the a-hole. Am I the a-hole for punching my 5-year-old? I'm 27 and I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. Who we all call Alex and James respectively. James has been going through a phase for the last few months where he will hit Alex very hard and make him cry, and he laughs about it like it's a fun game. I've tried maybe 20 times to sit him down and tell him we don't hit, that's not nice, or how does it feel when you cry? Not a good night, so don't make your brother cry, and similar things, and my wife has tried it too as well. But yesterday the kids are playing around and James hit Alex in the face very hard and starts running around laughing. I had enough and I tell James, come over and I'll punch him on the arm. Not too hard, but hard enough to cause him pain. As he's crying, I tell him, does that feel good? So stop hitting your brother. My wife witnessed the whole incident and got bad at me and called me abusive along with a lot of other things. While I don't usually agree with physical violence as a form of punishment, James has ever been hit before. I figure maybe he doesn't know. I mean, listen, it's better you show him than some other little kid, because somebody gonna sock James. Somebody said not the a-hole. Some kids have to learn through experience. Not enough people are teaching their kids that. He didn't falcon punch his kids in the face with full force. Stop being overly dramatic. Not the a-hole. Listen, but kid keep biting you, bite him back. That's how you used to teach him. You know, as long as you didn't go crazy with the dude, it's fine. Let's get into these story times. I don't know. I already had that one. He said if it's the rapture, but your atheist friend didn't believe you. Yeah, don't hold on to me now, bro. Obviously. Why they do this old lady hair like this?
My honest opinion, I probably was. Time to give the viral...
Y'all, that's it. This is gonna be short and sweet because I really did not find anything to give y'all today. It's Friday. We gotta get up out of here. We got stuff to do. Y'all go out, enjoy y'all weekend, get some rest, take care of what you need to take care of, and do something fun for yourself. We'll be back next week with some stuff.